Hello, welcome to American Baker in Germany, where the ingredients are German and the baker is American. I'm Michelle, and today we are making a rabbit cake. This was a request, probably something ridiculous like 3 years ago. I just hadn't gotten around to it, so let's get started.
So I'm frosting a 4-inch cake dummy with vegan American buttercream. If you're thinking that my buttercream is lumpy, it is. I don't want to waste some old buttercream. It hadn't exactly gone bad, but it had dried out some and formed a crust on top. But since this cake isn't going to be eaten, I decided to use it anyway. It did make it harder to frost though. Then I rolled out some light green fondant and covered the cake with it. I had recently bought the silicone rolling pin and I was trying it out here. Unfortunately, it didn't really allow me to apply enough pressure to smooth the fondant properly, so I switched back to my classic fondant roller. I smoothed it on with my hands and cut off the excess with a knife. Then I formed the rabbit with white fondant. I pressed 2 circles flat and placed them on the front of the cake, pressing in toe dents. I placed a ball on the top for a head. Then I placed 2 balls in front of it and pressed in toe dents there too to be the front paws. The other white pieces I rolled out and cut into narrow point to be the ears. But bunny ears are thought of as having pink inside the ears, so I rolled out some pink and cut smaller points and placed them inside the ears. I pinched the bottom of the ears together and placed them behind the head. I pressed some eye holes and placed a tiny piece of pink for the nose. Then I cut out some tiny circles with a round piping tip and placed them on the pads of the paws, and a funny cloud shape for the palms or flats of the paws. Then I made some eyes with tiny balls of black, and a mouth with a tiny log of black. I added some texture with a pointed sculpting tool. Then I cut out some small circles with the back of a piping tip and cut leaf or petal shapes out with the same piping tip. I then grouped them in 3s, 1 in back and 2 next to each other in front. This looks just like a tulip. I placed these all around the side of the cake. Then, with a medium green, I cut out a strip and placed them below the tulips. and I cut out the same leaf or petal shape with a larger cutter out of green and placed them next to the tulips. Then I made some grass with some green fondant chunks and texturing it with a star piping tip. The second one I made also shredded into little pieces and placed them around the top of the cake, and even textured the top of the cake a bit to make it look more like grass. Okay, I'll admit it. This cake is less a rabbit and more an Easter bunny. But either way, I find this cake very spring-like and absolutely adorable. I mean, how cute is that little bunny? For more cakes and tutorials, visit our website at AmericanBakerInGermany.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Subscribe for a new cake video every week. Hit the notification bell to be the first to know when we upload a new video.